And now it is time for us to define the qualitative data since we had already tackled the quantitative data and its two types, which is the continuous data and discrete data. Qualitative data. It deals with characteristics and descriptors that cannot be easily measured but can be observed subjectively, such as smells, tastes, textures, attractiveness, and color. And of course, for you to distinguish well the qualitative data, we have here provided examples. Made of wood, has golden knobs, was built in Italy, has a smooth finish. So we have here the texture, the color, the attractiveness, and so on that defines us as qualitative data. So we have here a table for a basis for comparison for qualitative data and quantitative data. So definition. The qualitative data is information that cannot be expressed as a number, while quantitative data is data that can be expressed as a number or can be quantified. So let us not be confused with the quali and quanti, since from the word quanti tackled about quantity, so it tackled about numbers, while the quali, it tackles about equality, so it cannot be expressed literally as a number, but can be expressed subjectively. So we have here another basis for comparison. Can data be counted? Of course, in qualitative data, it cannot be counted. But in quantitative data, it can indeed be counted. So we have here the last basis for comparison as the data type. In qualitative data, the words, objects, pictures, observations, and symbols. While in the quantitative data, it tackled about number and of course statistics. Let us not forget, quantitative data measure either how much or how many of something, while the qualitative data provide labels or names for categories of like items. For you to distinguish perfectly the qualitative data from the quantitative data, I will provide you another example for you to define it perfectly, of course. Say for instance, suppose that a particular study is interested in characteristics such as age, gender, marital status, and annual income for a sample of 100 individuals. These characteristics would be called the variables of the study, and data values for each of the variables would be associated with each individuals. Thus, the data values of 28, male, single, and $30,000 would be recorded for a 28-year-old single male with an annual income of $30,000. So with 100 individuals and 4 variables, the data set would have 100 times 4 is equals to 400 items. In this example, age and annual income are the quantitative variables. The corresponding data values indicate how many years and how much money for each individual. So gender and marital status are qualitative variables. The labels male and female provide the qualitative data for gender, and the labels single, married, divorced, and widowed indicate marital status. So yeah, well then, we had already discussed the crucial statistical terms, and I hope everyone gained additional knowledge from our discussion. So at this juncture, we will have a review. So statistics. It is a branch of scientific method used in dealing with phenomena that can be described numerically either by counts or measurements. And statistics has two main areas, known as descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. Applying statistical techniques on a population is descriptive statistics. Researchers use descriptive statistics simply to describe what's going on in. It quantitatively describes features of a data sample. Descriptive statistics also provide a concise summary of data wherein a researcher can summarize data numerically or graphically. On the other hand, inferential statistics is generalizing from random samples to populations. Researchers, particularly the social workers, use inferential statistics to make inferences from data to more general conditions. It made inferences. It infer from the sample to the population. Both descriptive and inferential statistics can be used to help analyze important data and draw conclusions from it, particularly from the social phenomena. In such methods, in order to obtain accurate data and draw conclusions from questions and existing effects and problems within the society, population and sample are the elements that could satisfy such analysis. To arrive at a more reliable data analysis, a normal population distribution is preferred. This requires a larger sample size depending on how the characteristics of the population vary. Population is the whole unit of individuals or objects that needed to identify based on the interest of the investigators, while a sample is the subset of it. Next, we have here the term variable. A variable that can take infinite number on the value that can occur within a population is known as continuous variable. Examples of this type of variable include age, height, and temperature. Discrete variable, on the other hand, is any variable that has a limited number of distinct values and which cannot be divided into fractions like sex and number of children in the family. In a typical study and field of social science, it all starts with an effect and investigates on its possible causes. The one responsible for the conditions that act on something else to bring about changes is the independent variable, while dependent variable is the result or effect of the changes brought by another variable. These terms can be seen in line with the social science, specifically in identifying the effects of social factors and investigating the probable causes. Only information represented by numbers can be the subject of statistical analysis, and such information is called data. And yeah, we have reached the end. Since we had already discussed the nature of statistics, the importance of statistics in education, the basic and crucial statistical terms, and of course, after our review, what have we learned? So, as a reflection, throughout the discussion, the relevance of statistics in our daily and professional lives was discussed. Therein, data are used to predict public opinion, consumer spending, and even a presidential election. Statistics are not just part of our lives in the form of news beats or information, and it is not just numbers either. In the part of social scientists, they rely on statistics to help the people and public understand the social world. They use statistical methods and techniques to track demographic trends, to assess social differences, and to better inform social policy. So I hope everyone had gained knowledge from our discussion and instilled in their mind that statistics is very essential in our daily lives. So once again, I am Carla Jane Dedicatoria Abenes. That ends our discussion and good day.